Okay, I just got this paper today, the Fold. It's a free paper. It comes on Saturdays, delivered to my house. It's a Pueblo, Colorado chieftain, and it links Sandy Hook with the Aurora shootings and also with the Illuminati. There was a lot of signals given before the shootings of all of these events, and they were a precursor to a black flag, a false flag operation that the government, does from time to time. As you remember, in 2011, we invaded Iraq under the pretense of weapons of mass destruction, which proved to be utterly false. And $1 trillion later, the taxpayer is on the hook. Not to mention unfunded liabilities for all the injured soldiers that can come back that are going to need lifelong care. The Second Amendment, you can't disarm. You can't. The government is very fearful of a well-armed militia. Hence the Second Amendment. They can't. They know they don't have the numbers to suppress what's going to happen when the dollar collapses. When the dollar collapses, you see a 3,000% spike in energy costs overnight, which means all the food trucks will stop running. Because it become too expensive to truck all the foods to all the supermarkets in this country. The FEMA camps are popping up everywhere, and it's a lot of people theorize that the FEMA camps, the only way they're going to rebuild the infrastructure in this country is by basically slave labor. You want to eat, you want shelter, you're going to work. The days of the we're going to swing from the far left to the far right to the middle to the back and forth and whatever. But it's coming. You should read this article. I'm not going to go into detail as to how enlightening and how strange and how dangerous this article is. But you try to find a copy online if you can and read it, and then open your mind a little, because there's no such thing as just a rash of suicide. These are all planned. The Aurora shooting didn't shake us up enough, so they needed to go out and massacre the children. You really need a Pearl Harbor event to go out and attack the Second Amendment. It just doesn't happen any other way. And even now things are waning. The story of Sandy Hook is just full of holes. The story has changed back and forth, and now you still don't have a clear-cut outline of what really happened. It's just that bizarre. But anyhow, you should read this, and and think for yourself, and don't just go with the media or the government and media-controlled news organizations that all fish out the same story. And they don't investigate for themselves. They just take it for the dramatization, for ratings and for commercials. But it's a sad reality that in the 21st century, that we're still using Nazi tactics to control the people, to manipulate the people, and take away and slowly erode their freedoms. On that note, be careful out there. It's coming. The collapse of the dollar is going to, it's inevitable. I mean, the dollar's, there's a little known article right now. Germany's repatriating all their gold from the Americans. They're taking out of the Federal Reserve out of New York City as we speak, because they've lacked faith in the U.S. government. They don't think their gold is secure. They want it audited. But anyhow, read this article, and if it doesn't shake you to your core, then you have no core. And with that, I will leave you.